Hey kids, it's Mrs. Dean, and since it is such a dreary day outside, I thought we could make some art at home. And we are going to work on a collage. This is another collage that I made. It's a little bit more complicated than the one we're going to do, but I wanted to show you an example of something you could make at home with just some glue, paper, and cut up magazines. Now, if you don't have magazines, you could also use colored paper. But I have a bunch of old magazines that you know, come in the mail, and that's what I'm going to use. So this is the sunflower that I made yesterday, but today we are going to do planet Earth. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper, and if you take a ruler, or you can use the ruler that we made for the perspective drawings. We're just gonna put a border around the edge of this because we are using glue, and I don't want you to have to worry about getting all the way to the end with the glue. So this will just protect your table. If you take your ruler and lay it down against the edge of your paper, and then do the same thing on the other side. We'll give you a little bit of a border. You're going to do the same thing on each end. And this will just make sure that you don't have to worry about going all the way to the ends like I did on this. I did a border on this one, and then after it was all dry, I went and cut this part off. You're going to need something that is in the shape of a circle. You can use a lot of different things. You could use a candle, you could use a bowl, you could use what I'm going to do, which is a cup. Now, you want to pick something that is in the shape of a circle that is not going to be so large that it takes up your entire rectangle. Mine is about half of the size of my rectangle, so I could probably fit like almost 2 cups. I'm gonna put it in the middle, and then I'm just gonna trace it. Easy way to make a circle. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to draw our North America and South America. Now, don't worry if this is going to be perfect, because we are going to cover this up with paper in a few minutes. But you want to kind of draw your North America just a little shape. Now again, don't worry if this is perfect, because this is just a guide. And then South America, kind of looks like this. And it's gonna kind of go off the bottom. Okay? You just want a basic plan for where you're gonna put the green and where you're gonna put the blue. Okay. Then you're gonna go through and you are going to find, I don't know, old magazines, mailers, something that has some blue in it and something that has some green in it. Take some scissors and I want you to cut up your green. Now, if you can see, I'm gonna do this into a bowl because especially with the green, you're gonna want to make these fairly small. And you don't wanna make them just regular old squares. You're gonna kinda want some different shapes. So some triangles. You can make some squares. Maybe a few curves. Some bigger pieces, some smaller pieces. You want a good variety. So you're gonna want some skinny ones, some fatter ones. That last one that I did was probably a little bit too big. So I'm gonna cut this down. Now, if you want, you can prepare all of your magazine clippings all at once and put them in separate bowls, or if you only have one bowl, you can do it a little bit at a time. So I'm going to show you how to start applying your green. Now the green is going to go on the land. If you have an old paintbrush, and I mean like a paintbrush that you are not going to be wanting to use for watercolors or anything anymore, because after this it's going to get kind of funky, you can use it for this project. If you don't, not a big deal. You definitely don't need one. You are going to need some glue. If you have Mod Podge, that works great, but regular old Elmer's glue will work just fine. So I'm going to take my glue. If you don't have glue, you could use paste. It's going to require that you use a lot more of it and stick it down and hold it. So I'm going to take a section and I'm going to go over in glue the part that I'm going to want green. Now I'm just going to do North America to start with. Now here's the key. This does not need to be perfect. We are going to go over our green with blue. So if you can't get it to fit exactly within your pencil marks, that's okay. You can always go over the top of it. You always want to do your most difficult shapes first. That's what I like to do. That way you can cover it up later. You're gonna try and find pieces that kind of fit over the shapes. Now see how I'm using my paintbrush? It helps keep it stuck down if you put glue over the top of it. You can also just take some glue straight from your glue bottle if you don't have a paintbrush. And you're going to start filling in all of the land. Now you can place some down in the middle. If you have different edges that are unique shapes, you can try to find pieces of paper that fit. If you don't have a piece of paper that fits well in that spot, you can always cut it down. But when you do collage, it's not ever going to be perfect. You just want to try and get it as close to the edge as you can. And it's okay if it hangs over a little bit. Now this is not an activity that's gonna go quickly. You wanna make sure that all of your pieces are overlapping so that you don't see any white. It should be all green. Okay. Now after you get most of North America filled in, you're going to do the same thing to South America. You're going to fill in the space with glue. And anything that is in North America that's not sticking down, put some glue over the top of it because you really want it to lay flat. And then you go through and you fill in South America. All right, when you have all of your green land on there, you have your North America and your South America, you are going to want to start cutting out some blue into shapes. Now, a lot of this is going to get to be curved line, so you're going to want to kind of curve some of it as you're cutting it, not all of it, but you're going to want to make sure that you do have at least a few curves. That'll just make it easier going around the edges. But our space is going to get covered up. So if it hangs over the line a little bit, it's not a big deal.